Hello and welcome back to Cowboys Insiders, the source for latest update, breaking news, and a deep analysis about the Dallas Cowboys. So if you are new here, please make sure you hit on subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join one of the most passionate fan base in the Dallas Cowboy. And everyone who already parts of the family, thank you so much for continued support. The Dallas Cowboys are entering one of the most exciting periods of the NFL offseason as the countdown of the training camp continues. With agreed expectations are higher than ever, the organization is focused on putting the last season's disappointment behind them and building a team capable of making a deep playoff run in 2026. A head coach of a Dallas Cowboy, Brian Schottenheimer, has spent the offseason installing his offensive philosophy, while the coaching staff has emphasized a discipline, physicality, and consistency on both sides of the football. Inside the star in Frisco, optimism continues to glow as the player prepare for the report for the camp, knowing every practice will play a crucial role in determining a starting positions and shaping the final 53-man roster. One of the biggest storylines surrounding the Cowboys remain a quarterback Dak Prescott. After battling through a frustrating 2025 season, Dak Prescott entering a training camp health and motivated to remind the NFL why he has been one of the league's most reliable quarterbacks over the past decade. Coaches have praised his leadership throughout the season, noting that he has been heavily involved in workouts with his receivers to improve timing and chemistry before the camp officially begins. The Cowboys believe that a healthy and confident Prescott will be the key to unlocking one of the NFL's most explosive offenses. A wide receiver, George Pickens, continues to generate excitement across a Cowboys nation after emerging as one of the Dallas' biggest offensive weapons. His ability to stretch the field, make contested catches, and create explosive plays that have given a Cowboys another elite receiving threat alongside a CeeDee Lamb. Throughout the off-season workout, Dak Prescott and George Pickens have reportedly spent an extra time developing their connection, and coaches are optimistic that the duo could become one of the most dangerous quarterback-receiver combinations in the NFL this season. Fans are already looking forward seeing how opposing defense attempt to slow down an offensive featuring both Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb remained the unquestioned leader of the Dallas Cowboys receiving corps and continues to establish himself among the NFL elite wide receivers. His precise route running, dependable hands, and ability to gain yards after the catch make him the centerpiece of the Dallas passing attack. Our coaches have challenged CeeDee Lamb to take an even greater leadership role of this season by mentoring a younger receiver continuing to produce at the all-pro level. If CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens consistently perform together, Dallas could possess one of the most explosive passing attacks in the NFL. So the Dallas Cowboys defense is also entering the training camp with a renewed confidence. Defensive coordinator and Christian Parker has been working tirelessly to implement a faster a more aggressive defensive scheme designed to create a turnover and pressure opposing a quarterback during off-season practices. Players have praised a park attention to details and innovative approach, believing his system will allow a Dallas Athletics defender to play a faster and more instinctively. The organization hopes that this defensive adjustment will help the team to become one of the league most disruptive units in this season of 2026. Another major storyline heading into the camp in the Dallas Cowboys is the competition for several starting position coaches that have repeatedly stated that no job will be handed to any player, meaning veterans and rookie alike must earn their roles throughout the performance. This competitive atmosphere has already raised the intensity during off-season workouts, with a player understanding that every snaps, every drill, and every practice could influence a roster decision. The Cowboys believe this internal competition will strengthen the entire team and create a greater depth across the roster. So the offensive line remains one of the Dallas' highest priorities entering the new season, protecting a Dak Prescott while creating a learning lanes for the rushing attacks will be essential if the Dallas Cowboys hope to compete with the NFC top contender. Coaches have spent the off-season evaluating different combinations along the line, searching for the best chemistry and consistency. Improved protection would allow a Dak Prescott more times to find his talented receivers while also establishing a balanced offensive attacks capable of controlling a game. Special teams continues to be one of the Dallas strengths thanks to the consistency of the kicker, which is a Brandon Obley, who remains among the NFL most dependable kickers. This means the Brandon Obley is the only first dependable kicker in the NFL. So the Cowboys expect special teams to once again play a significant role in the close of the game, with field position, kick coverage, and clutch kicking potential, making the difference between victories and defeats throughout the regular season. As a training camp approaches, excitement throughout the Cowboys nation continues to grow. A player arriving with a renewable confidence, and the coaches believe the roster has improved, and the front office remains convinced that this team has the talent to compete for the NFC East Championship, while the questions still remain regarding consistency, injuries, and a depth at a certain position. There's a genuine belief inside of the organization that the Dallas Cowboys are positioned to bounce back after the last season disappointment. So the coming weeks will reveal whether the Dallas can transform. Several reports suggest other teams are closely monitoring the situation, waiting to see whether the negotiation between George Pickens and the Dallas Cowboys progress will be determined. There has even been outside speculation linking him to a potential trade scenario, and if talks were to stall or thought, there is no indication, so the Dallas is actively shopping him. Inside the Cowboys organization, however, the expectations appears very different. Team leaders continue to view Pickens as a major part of the offensive future, and especially alongside a Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb, trading one of the NFL most dangerous receivers would significantly weakens the offense unless a Dallas received an extraordinary offer in return. Training camp is also creating opportunity for the younger player to increase their value around the league. So the wide receiver Lion Florina has become one of the names generating excitement after impressive off-season performances. So some NFL observers believe that if the Florina continues to shine, he could either earn significant offensive role or become an attractive trade asset that should Dallas decide to address another position through the late summer trade. The offensive line remain another major concern on the Dallas. Protecting a Dak Prescott has become one of the Dallas' highest priorities, yet the battle of the left tackle remains unsettled, and the Tyler Goulston, Nate Thomas, and Luke Drew Shelton are all competing for the playing time. If none of the candidates clearly wins the position, some analysts believe the Cowboys could explore the trade market for the offensive line help before the season begins. Others believe the Dallas could simply move All-Pro Tyler Smith to left tackle while reshuffling the interior offensive line. Defensively, the Cowboys have invested heavily in young talent. A look safety Caleb Downs has already generated tremendous excitement inside the organization, with many coaches believing he could become one of the biggest defensive playmakers on the roster, alongside veterans such as Elishan Galley, Gwinnett Williams, and Trevon Diggs. Dallas believes its defense has the potential to become one of the NFL elite units if everyone stays healthy without an injury in those players of the Dallas Cowboys. Several league executives have also discussed which Cowboys player could command enormous value if they ever become available. Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and Tyler Buckler and Keenan Williams are viewed as the player worth first-round draft compensation because of their elite talent and positional importances. While Dallas has no attention of the trading days cornerstone players, their value demonstrates how strong core of this roster has become. One position that could still see a movement is the cornerback room. Injuries over the past two seasons have created uncertainty, and several younger defensive backs are battling for the roster spot. A player such as Kalen Carson, Darion Kendrick, and Josh Butler and others face intense competition throughout a training camp, and if one player clearly separates him, Dallas could decide to trade another cornerback for additional draft capital or depth at another position. The Cowboys are also monitoring a depth along the defensive line after defensive end Charles Snowden received a 3-game suspension under the NFL personal conduct policy. Although Snowden can participate in preseason activities, and his absence at the beginning of the regular season could encourage Dallas to add another experienced edge defender if the right opportunity becomes available before a roster cut. Perhaps the biggest season Cowboys fans should remain optimistic is confidence coming from inside of the locker room. Dak Prescott has publicly embraced the Super Bowl or burst expectations surrounding the franchise. So the veteran leader believe the combination of experienced staff, young draft picks, and aggressive front office gives a Dallas one of the deepest roster in the NFC entering the 2026 season. So let's continue on some trade rumors to watch closely in the Dallas Cowboys. Jadon Brooks, left back, Dolphins remain one of the strongest outside trade rumors connected to the Dallas as the Cowboys continue searching for a more linebacker depth. Also, George Pickens continues to generate speculation because of his contract statuses, but there is no confirmed indications that the Dallas intend to trade him. A Tyler Guston could become part of the potential trade package if the Cowboys decide to upgrade